Hello friends, welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Apparently someone wants to take advantage of social assistance by slandering me. It's okay, I'm very relaxed. Instead of thinking about useless things, let's get to today's topic. Harry and Meghan, who once called themselves A-listers, now face a harsh reality. They are finding it difficult to get invited to events after leaving the royal family and moving to California, where they hoped for a glamorous lifestyle. They were notably not invited to the wedding of Hugh Grosvenor, the Duke of Westminster, one of the year's biggest social events, which seems like a setback to their ambitions. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliam sarcastically pointed out that Harry and Meghan are struggling to secure invites to prestigious events in the US, such as the Met Gala or the Oscars. Despite being included in Time magazine's 2021 Top 100 list, they were notably absent from Barack Obama's 60th birthday celebration, an event they likely hope to attend. It's evident that Harry and Meghan's journey toward the recognition they crave is proving to be challenging and uncertain. This recent rejection highlights their awkward and failing attempts to break into Hollywood's elite circles. Will they continue to believe in their fame or confront the harsh reality that their stardom might be fleeting? Initially, doors did open for them. Upon their arrival, people reached out believing their stories about royalty and conflicts within the royal family. Tyler offered them complimentary flights and let them stay in one of his luxury homes rent-free. Other celebrities publicly supported them. Companies lined up to offer multi-million-dollar contracts, book deals, and opportunities for public speaking engagements. They seemed to get everything they asked for because people sympathized with their desire for a chance to thrive and live peacefully. However, as time passed, Americans became more discerning and better informed, seeing through the narratives and falsehoods. They began to distance themselves. People everywhere are astute judges of character. If someone has negative traits, people always notice. Only foolish individuals think they can get away with doing wrong things. Up until now, they've never been top tier. They wrongly believed their titles alone would open every door and VIPs would welcome them eagerly. Reality turned out differently. All doors now seem closed to this unpopular couple. The more they try to gain recognition, the more they're seen as unwelcome. Their titles may still be there, but they no longer carry weight. It's surprising to see them in this situation. Perhaps their audacity is what they share. Once known for bold moves, Harry and Meghan now find themselves in a pitiful and deserved situation. After leaving the royal family to pursue their Hollywood dreams, they've lost everything. No longer in the spotlight, they're now outsiders in America's elite circles. It's striking to see Meghan, once so indifferent and disloyal, now facing cold indifference from those she tried so hard to impress. She hoped Hollywood would embrace her, but the reality is starkly different. The extravagant parties and glamorous events have closed their doors to her. Harry, once a beloved prince, now stands in the shadow of his wife, devoid of any remaining allure. Their falsehoods and dramatics can no longer hide the truth. They've brought about their own downfall. It's fitting retribution for betraying their family and hurting those who once cared for them. Their reckless actions have led to their complete ruin. Now the world can only chuckle and find a sense of justice in their spectacular failure. At first, doors swung wide open, but as people got to know them, those doors quickly closed and were securely locked. Meghan desires invitations to events, not Harry. This has been her lifelong dream, and she imagined marrying a prince would guarantee it. That's why Hollywood celebrities like George Clooney admitted they didn't know her and maintained their integrity. Reese Witherspoon declined their wedding invitation for the same reason they haven't been invited anywhere lately. Why should that change now? They were also snubbed from Obama's 60th birthday party and Oprah's event, not to mention the Emmys. No one wants them. Meghan truly believed marrying Harry would open doors for her, but it hasn't happened in the US or the UK. They missed the Met Gala and the wedding of the year, so now only the Oscars remain. Mr. Quinn, the Los Angeles pair's insider, often starts speculation about whether they'll be invited to events, and if so, whether they'll attend without overshadowing other celebrities. This speculation occurs regularly, but the public sees through it. Mr. Quinn should take heed they'll never receive invitations to A-list events. Loose lips sink ships in Hollywood, where trust is paramount. A-listers know they can't trust this duo. They also avoid them to maintain good relations with the monarchy. Associating with them could jeopardize any future invitations from the palace. Since Meghan hasn't made a positive impression, why would she be invited to the Oscars? Perhaps just as a seat filler. It's amusing to think she might anticipate an invitation to one of Hollywood's most prestigious events without any real contributions to the industry. Maybe she believes her media presence and controversial interviews qualify her for a place among the cinematic elite. However, Hollywood, much like the British royal family, operates on a different standard of merit and talent, neither of which she is shown in the acting world. Her fantasies of grandeur are almost comical. It seems as though she believes that simply by marrying Prince Harry, doors will magically open for her, but reality is proving much harsher. The truth is, Meghan's efforts to portray herself as a serious public figure often fall short. She lacks a substantial body of work, iconic roles, or anything that would justify an Oscar invitation beyond sheer audacity. And let's face it, her claim of wanting a quiet life is nothing but a sham. Every action she takes, every word she says seems calculated to keep her in the public eye, from tell-all interviews to high-profile lawsuits. She thrives on drama and attention. It's ironic that someone who claims to desire privacy ends up becoming one of the most excessively exposed personalities worldwide. What's more, the constant contradictions between her statements and actions only fuel the public's growing skepticism and disapproval. One moment, she's complaining about privacy invasions, the next, she's revealing intimate details of her life on global platforms. This inconsistency not only damages her credibility, but also reveals blatant hypocrisy. It's evident that Meghan's true talent lies in generating headlines rather than earning genuine recognition. Her pursuit of fame and status is transparent, and the public isn't easily deceived. The truth is, Hollywood doesn't need another celebrity chasing fame without substance to offer. If she genuinely wants to be taken seriously, it might be wiser for Meghan to focus on making genuine contributions rather than constantly seeking attention through controversy. It's unclear what talents Meghan believes she possesses when she consistently falls short. Meghan Markle risks undermining her new lifestyle brand as she struggles with two critical aspects of launching a successful business. 3 months ago, she launched her business with an elaborate website, purportedly selling various products. However, 3 months later, nothing is available for purchase or delivery. Launching a new business, whether it involves selling jam or any other product, demands a methodical approach. First, organizing the business and hiring staff is essential. Second, ensuring they are paid, stocking the product, and having it ready to ship when orders arrive. This includes settling payments with suppliers for the goods. Third, the business must be ready to open and sell. Fourth, the website launch follows. Fifth, executing publicity strategies like sending products to celebrities should coincide with these actions. These steps must proceed in a specific sequence, with steps 1 and 2 completed beforehand, followed by steps 3, 4, and 5 occurring concurrently. Meghan, however, skipped steps 1 to 3 and jumped straight to steps 4 and 5, launching the website and seeking publicity only to be met with silence and no response. There was no business foundation, no product to sell, and no staff to manage operations. As a result, the world moved on and her supposed business remains non-existent. It's difficult to cripple a business that doesn't even exist. No one in their right mind would invite them anywhere, regardless of the event's nature, be it charity, educational, or a red carpet affair. The moment they grabbed the mic, the event would inevitably revolve around them. But I thought they desired privacy. Perhaps their privacy plea is losing its sincerity, as even neighbors are no longer extending invitations. You can't have it both ways. Do you truly believe this is about money? There are only so many seats available, whether at the Met Gala or the Academy Awards, hundreds of seats, yet thousands of actors vying for attention. Do you really think they will find a spot? Meghan finds the idea laughable. These events are reserved for those who have genuinely contributed to the arts, not for someone who has simply used a royal title to gain fleeting fame. Meghan's belief that her presence is essential in these elite circles is astonishing. The reality is that her notoriety comes more from scandal than from any significant achievement in Hollywood or high society. She desperately wants to be associated with values, talent, hard work, and genuine contribution, but Meghan has crafted her public image around controversy and victimhood, qualities that do not earn her a rightful place among true artists and influencers. Moreover, her inability to establish a credible business venture underscores her lack of comprehension about what it takes to succeed outside the sheltered realm of royalty. Genuine entrepreneurs and creatives invest years refining their skills, mastering their craft, and creating something of lasting value. Meghan's approach, marked by shortcuts and superficial efforts, only underscores her detachment from reality. It brings to mind the age-old saying, "You can't buy class." Meghan's attempts to force her way into Hollywood's upper echelons exemplify this truth vividly. Her habit of playing the victim while simultaneously craving recognition and praise is not just tiresome but increasingly obvious. Ultimately, Meghan's pursuit of acceptance among the listers appears destined to fail, not due to a lack of resources but because of a fundamental disregard for the values that define those circles. Integrity, hard work, and genuine talent cannot be fabricated or demanded. They must be earned and demonstrated authentically. Until she grasps and embodies these principles, her place in the spotlight will remain as precarious and artificial as her public persona. Harry and Meghan are rarely invited to such events. The royal family has faced challenges this year but has managed them adeptly. Meanwhile, Princess Catherine, who is currently recovering privately, continues to garner more attention and well wishes than Harry and Meghan combined. Despite the couple's efforts to capitalize on Catherine's absence with frequent PR pieces in the media, they haven't diminished her popularity. Their absence from A-list events reflects their non-A-list status, despite Meghan's attempts to leverage them for personal gain, as she admitted at the Lion King event with Disney, which drew embarrassing attention. Meghan seeks events where she can appear without causing discomfort to high-profile figures. One wonders if Harry has considered that Meghan's ambitions may not only target the monarchy but also himself. After all, it's clear she doesn't have his best interests at heart. She didn't advise him against mentioning his drug use in his book, something any supportive wife would have done. Now his reputation is in ruins, with no friends or family left to support him, I dare say. It would be amusing if someone called her bluff and invited her as a keynote speaker, ensuring there were plenty of hecklers for good measure. Her ego seems too inflated to grasp the reality after their actions over the past few years. It's no surprise they're excluded from A-list events. They can't be trusted to keep things confidential. Harry no longer commands automatic respect due to his title alone, and Meghan was never more than a C-lister at best. Furthermore, Meghan appears incapable of maintaining decorum in public, often making herself appear foolish. They now resort to gay crashing, buying their way in, or relying on those naive enough to support them, a far cry from their once lofty ambitions. It's hard to see why anyone would invite a former prince with a modest education who married a Z-list celebrity. It appears Meghan is very envious of Catherine and knows she can't compare. Meghan and Harry together will never achieve the success of Catherine and William. Meghan's jealousy often leads her to lie. She even admitted to a journalist that she would be fine if she never saw William and Catherine again, and she's saddened by her children not having a relationship with George, Charlotte, and Louis. The Cambridges have made it clear they don't want that. If I were Catherine, I would do the same and keep my distance from Meghan. I also wonder about Harry and Meghan's relationship. Are they truly happy together, or is what we see just the tip of the iceberg? Is this couple just playing a scam? Why do I say that? According to sources, Meghan knew deep down that Harry wanted to repair his relationship with his family, especially after hearing news about Catherine, which strengthened his resolve. However, Meghan believes Harry is too trusting and still doesn't trust William. She worries he'll be deceived again, with William taking advantage of him. Meghan sees herself as making better decisions than Harry because she doesn't let emotions guide her, but she fears losing control in this situation. Honestly, if I didn't know her history, and if these were the words of another woman, I might think, wow, what a wonderful and wise wife who cares deeply for her husband and wants to protect him, but because it's Meghan, I can't help but find it ironic. It seems like Meghan is so eager to paint William and Catherine in a negative light, but the truth is, our prince and princess hardly give them a second thought. Who do Meghan and Harry think they are? What could they possibly have to gain from them? In reality, Meghan and Harry seem to constantly be looking for ways to capitalize on their royal connections and profit from the British public. Frankly, this feels like a PR attempt by Meghan to save face. She is desperate to bask in the royal spotlight. Even though her reputation is tarnished, she would eagerly embrace any opportunity to be seen with real royalty. Instead of working hard to sell jam, it seems much easier for her to manipulate her way back into the limelight using underhanded tactics. How can anyone sympathize with such an ambitious and scheming individual? Meghan hasn't faced the consequences of her actions yet. She often claims she's afraid to return to the UK because of public hostility towards her. However, the truth is she's also afraid that without accompanying Harry, she won't control what he discusses or what he privately hears from the Queen and Prince William. If she does return, there will likely be a public event where she'll come face to face with William and Catherine, and she'll have to curtsy to Catherine, Princess of Wales, a prospect she finds intolerable due to Catherine's widespread admiration and respect. While Meghan perceives Catherine as beloved and esteemed, She herself is often criticized as a gold digger and opportunist. Many of Harry's friends have distanced themselves from him because of her influence. Meghan questions what benefit William could derive from Harry, given that in 5 years Harry hasn't achieved anything truly noteworthy. Or OMG. Should we take Meghan to a mental hospital? She seems overly paranoid. Is everyone a duck who thinks they're a swan? Haha, especially considering Catherine and William probably wouldn't even recognize Meghan's name. It's quite a stretch to start. When you sell yourself, it's not always for money. Meghan, for instance, desires fame, recognition, and money. She believes she's superior to everyone else and craves universal adoration, particularly from men. The common term for a woman like Meghan might be a tart, but not even a sweet strawberry, one more like a bitter lemon. And to top it off, Meghan has brought her mysterious children into the narrative herself. She's upset that her children won't know the children of the Wales family. Somehow, she blames William and Catherine for this. What on earth? She and Harry should take responsibility for the breakdown in relationships with the late Queen and Prince Philip, Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine, Charlotte, Edward, Sophie, and others in the royal family. She may not show agitation, but she should remember who is responsible for the negative feelings towards them or the root cause of everything. Meghan hasn't been advised to stop using William and Catherine and their young family as talking points in her publicity. Instead, Meghan should focus on reconciling with her father, SR, who wishes to see her, and with her brother, JR, and perhaps take a happy family photo with the Markles and Harry. Can she manage these tasks? Her own family matters remain unresolved, yet she continues to criticize other people's families, leaving many speechless. I believe William and Catherine are wise to protect their children by keeping their distance from Meghan and Harry. Harry should have exercised better judgment than to embarrass his immediate family. Did it not occur to him that his father and stepmother are in their mid-70s and may not have many years left? And if only he had thought that way, today might have been different. The royal family could have enjoyed peace for many years, which is quite sad. Now, does anyone even care if Meghan might cross paths with them again? The real victims here are the children who may never meet their grandparents, uncles, aunts, and cousins, or share vacations at Balmoral or attend family celebrations, all because of their parents' blindsided actions. Every family, including the royal family, has its differences. It's natural to have disagreements, but is it worth lying in interviews to disrespect your father, brother, grandparents, and family? They couldn't even honor the late Queen, a very wise woman. Their actions have disrupted the lives of their young children, and no one forced them to do so. They chose their path independently. No one steps for them or makes decisions for them, so never go back and blame anyone, if their children blame and resent them in the future. I hope Meghan and Harry will accept it and ask for forgiveness. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.